All right, so the last thing that we will do is we will add a Spark video. So go to our new project, and the red button is for video. And again, Spark doesn't really like to log in with Google or keep you logged in, and asks you all the time to make sure that you are you. So prepare for that. All right, so just like your other projects, you're going to start off by saying what you're going to be talking about. So let's say I want to talk about robots. All right, so you have some options to get templates. Are you talking about an idea? Are you trying to tell a story about something that happened to you? You got something where you want to maybe a biographical story about a person, or if you want to, make up a narrative and tell it that way. Explain or talk about something. Talk about your life story. You want to teach a lesson. This is a great one. You want to create an invitation to send to your classroom party, or you just want to make up something. I'll go with teach a lesson, because this is something that you can use that will really be helpful as a teacher. All right, so you can go ahead and do this quick tips, or you can just listen to mine, because I know what I'm doing. All right, so this is going to be a lot like building slides for a slide deck. You will also have the opportunity to do some vocal narration, right? So you'll see at the top you have the access to themes again, so you can go in here and start clicking like the theme that you want to have. You can select from music, so you can preview this music too. Ooh, that's nice. I'll go with the ukulele. This is perfect background for music. I mean, this is perfect background for like how-to videos and stuff, so I always like that. Layout, you can come in and change the layout of the slides to say or to look different. So if it's just one thing you want to talk about, if you got two ideas, maybe you're comparing two things. If you want to have a caption to go along with your image, you want to have a full photo with something else around it. So there's a lot of different. You go full screen, so you have all the ideas. So one of the things, Spark builds in. So like if you pick a lesson, it has like all the parts of a good lesson. You're going to have your overview. You're introducing something. You're going to talk about the concept. You're going to give an example. You're going to explain it. You're going to tell students to try it, and then you're going to have like a wrap up summary at the end. You might also be where you build in your assessment. You can either go with the template or you can add your own. So I'll just go with the template. All right, so it says overview first. So let's say I want to add a video, or pardon me, I want to add a photo, and I'm talking about robots. So programming robot. Okay, so we'll put this guy in here. And so let's say I have this and I want to record a narration to go over that. You can also add text onto this stuff and other things like that, but I'm just going to go, we'll take this one step at a time. I'm going to actually record a narration here. You will need to tell your browser that you need to allow access to the microphone. All right, so it is recording now. Hey, today, kids, we're going to talk about robots. You like robots? Well, today we're going to learn all about them. Okay. Oh, wait, I goofed up. I realized you have to hold this down. So you need to click on this, and you need to hold it down while you speak. Hey, kids, today we're going to talk about robots. You want to learn about robots? Well, today you will. All right, so you can preview that. Hey, kids, today we're going to talk about robots. You want to learn about robots? Well, today you will. All right, and you see I have the music in the background that I picked. It's got my narration, all that kind of stuff. All right, so we'll talk about the concept next. I'll go with two things. I'll add text over here. Robots are really cool. You can program them to do anything. And then over here, I'll put a picture of a robot again. So we'll have these two guys who looks like they're kind of programmery kind of guys. And I'm going to do another little, we'll put some music in the background again. So we'll go with the Woodland Jam. Robots are really cool. Look at these two gentlemen who are programming with a robot. Looks like this robot can play games. Do you want robots to be able to play games? Today we'll talk about how to make robots do all the things you want them to do. All right, so let's let's see what this one sounds like. Robots are really cool. Look at these two gentlemen who are programming with a robot. Looks like this robot can play games. All right, so I like that. I'm going to go with that. Let's look at an example. So icons. So you can search for an icon. Let's say I want a robot icon. Here we go. Put this one in here. Okay. And let's do two things here. And then I'll have text. Okay. Get out your robot. The first step when you want to program a robot is to get out your robot, make sure it is plugged in and charged up, and you have your programming tools ready. Okay. The first step when you want to program a robot is to get out your robot, make sure it is plugged in and charged up, and you have your programming tools ready. All right, it's looking really good so far. Let's go to the next slide. Let's do a photo. We will add a photo of a programmer. Okay. Next, make sure that you have the language of the programming understood and that you are able to make your robot go in a circle. For information about programming your robot into a circle, please work with your partner. Okay, so we'll keep that one. Oh, I didn't add music to the background. I gotta go back and do that. We'll do easy. Next, make sure that you have the language of the... Whoops, I wanted the easy music. There we go. And one thing I should say is that when you pick a music, it will go for the whole video, not for each slide. Next, make sure that you have... There we go. You try it. And I will go with a different layout for this one. We'll do the full screen. I'll add a photo. We'll go to student try it. I probably won't get anything for that. That looks kind of... Yeah, that doesn't apply, but we're gonna go with it. Making Harry Potter, huh? Cool. All right, so this would be where students trying it. All right, so you and your partner have figured out how to program a robot to work and go in a circle. So now you on your own will try it and write a short reflection about how to program a robot to move in a circle. Okay, and we will let this save and play it. All right, so you and your partner have figured out... All right, and summary. This might be where I do something like an assessment. So let me find a photo to go along with that. Whoops, not upload. Find. Test. And I want to add some text over here. Practice programming your robot and make your robot go in a figure-8 shape. Use what you learned about programming a circle to have a robot go in a figure-8. Practice programming your robot and make your robot go in a... All right, this all looks good. So now at this point, I can watch my whole lesson. So this is what it'll look like when I share it out to my students. Hey kids, today we're going to talk about robots. You want to learn about robots? Well, today you will. Robots are really cool. Look at these two gentlemen who are programming with a robot. Looks like this robot can play games. Do you want robots to be able to play games? Today we'll talk about how to make robots do all the things you want them to do. The first step when you want to program a robot is to get out your robot, make sure it is plugged in and charged up, and you have your programming tools ready. Next, make sure that you have the language of the programming understood and that you are able to make your robot go in a circle. For information about programming your robot into a circle, please work with your partner. All right, I don't think I need to play the whole thing, but I think you get it. So by the time you're finished with all of your slides and you've recorded your narrations, you have all the pieces of those things together, you'll be ready to send it out to a student. So how are you going to do that? You're going to hit the share button at the top. You can do it from there. You can come back here and preview it and then share it that way. Robots, how to program. I'm going to pick a category called education. I got my name here. Adobe can use it or not. Again, I can either download this and I can download it as a video that I can do whatever I want with, or I can just go in and get that share link again. Whoops. So I can get the link, and then I will be able to take that link and I'll be able to share that out with my students. All right, so I did have to pause that. It took, I don't know, that took maybe 2 minutes for a video that's about 1.5 minutes long, which isn't that bad, but it does take some time to render a video together. All right, so now that I have my link, I can share this out with students. So I could go pop this in Classroom. I could have share it Facebook, Twitter, send an email, or again, I could embed my video, but let's just test it and make sure it works. And let's see what students are gonna see. All right, so this is what they'll see. And it could be that my video is not done loading yet, so we can come back and check this in a minute. Maybe it'll start playing. But so that's how you create a Spark video. And you could also have your students using this tool as well. It's a great creation tool. And it's going to really give you a lot of ways to create in the classroom that's new and innovative and interesting. All right, so here's my video. This is what students will see. Today we're going to talk about, I won't make you watch it again, but we'll go back to the Spark page. And as we wrap up this tool, just remember that you can use this, students can use this. It's a great way to do a lesson. It's a great way to ask a student to create something with any of these tools. So remember, the best tech use is something that redefines the experience and makes something interesting that students can make or use or create. So this tool provides a lot of ways to do that. If you need any help using this tool, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am happy to help at all times. Good luck.